Hello and welcome to my channel. Those of you who have watched my previous video about the life of Immanuel Kant will remember that I promised to make a separate video specifically talking about Kant's ethical theory, which is one of the best known in Western philosophy. Today, I'm making good my promise. Hopefully, you will have a better understanding of Kant's moral principles after watching this video. For more information about Immanuel Kant and his philosophy, you may want to read my published book, Random Thoughts in Philosophy, which is available on Amazon. The book is a collection of 80 essays on a broad range of philosophical topics. Each of the essays focuses on one particular philosophical question and reveals my thinking process, my opinions, and my judgments about that question. In a sense, this book is a journal for my philosophical journey exploring the fundamental issues of human beings. However, I must point out at the beginning that many people find Kant's ethical theory very difficult to understand. And that is largely true. As I said in my previous video, his books are extremely difficult to read, partly because he relied on logical reasoning and seldom used examples, and partly because his language was difficult and bookish. In this video, I'll try to make it simple and easy by using as simple language as possible and by giving you plenty of examples. With that said, I must also point out that, just like any other philosophical subject, the discussion of Kant's ethical theory requires critical thinking and evaluation on your part. So please pay attention and stay focused. If you are new to this channel, my name is Frank Zhu, and I'm a college professor teaching sociology, history, and philosophy. I'm also an award-winning landscape photographer. Different people make different value judgments based on their personal experiences or how they have been taught. Philosophers have categorized those judgments and come up with different ethical theories. One of them is the so-called consequentialist approach. As the name suggests, it is concerned with the consequences of an action. According to this theory, a value judgment cannot and should not be made without considering an action's consequences. An action is good if it benefits the largest number of people. Such a theory is known as consequence-based theory. Another theory, which is called virtue ethics, is focused on personal traits of characters. If a person possesses all the good virtues, he or she will always choose the right thing to do. This theory is known as virtue-based theory. Still another ethical theory is called divine command theory. According to this theory, an action's moral value depends on whether it is commanded by God. Hence, it is known as religion-based theory. I will talk about each of these theories in more detail in my future videos. If you are interested, please subscribe. Today, I will focus on the ethical theory formulated by Immanuel Kant. The ethical theory by Kant is known as a deontological approach. The word deontology comes from the Greek word deon, meaning duty. That is why this theory is also known as duty or rule-based theory. Different from other theories, deontology pays attention neither to consequences, nor to personal virtues, nor to religion. Kant developed several principles that are essential to understanding this ethical theory. First, According to him, the moral value of an action is determined by its motivation. Nothing is good in itself except a good will. Such will is the unique human ability to act in accordance with our moral rules. Secondly, human beings are able to set up absolute moral rules on the basis of reason and reason alone. You don't need to rely on a supernatural being or any consequences to decide if something is good or bad. To put it another way, a morally good person takes an action not because God tells him or her to do it, or because of what it produces, but because he or she recognizes by reasoning that it is morally the right thing to do. With this unique ability of reasoning, he or she regards himself or herself as having a moral duty or obligation to take that action. The third ethical principle, which is the key to Kant's deontology, was the famous concept of the categorical imperative. In his own words, act only in accordance with that maxim through which you can at the same time will that it become a universal law. To put it in simple terms, act as you would want all other people to act towards all other people. If this still sounds complicated, let me try to put it in simpler terms. It basically states that an act has no moral value if it is based on a rule which can't be made into a rule for all others to follow. According to Kant, whenever you are about to make a moral decision, you should first ask, what is the rule that permits me to take this act? And secondly, can it become a universal rule for all other people? For example, suppose you tell yourself, why should I work to live? Why don't I just steal from others? If you follow Kant's theory, your rule for this action would be, I shall never work but steal what I need. Then you try to apply this rule to other people. No human being should work, but everyone should steal what they need. Obviously, common sense tells us that this rule simply cannot work. If no one worked, there would be nothing to steal. How then would everyone live? If there was nobody around, who would there be to steal from? Stealing must therefore be immoral, because it can't be applied to all human beings. Following this line of reasoning, killing is also wrong. If you try to establish a universal rule of killing, it will be something like this: everyone must kill everyone else. But this is obviously self-contradictory. First, it contradicts the meaning of life. In addition, if everyone killed everyone, there would be no one left alive. Killing, then, is immoral. Kant had similar views about lying. First, morality is a matter of reasoning, according to him. People who have normal reasoning capacity will know that lying is wrong. According to him, lying harms humanity in general. Furthermore, lying is also wrong because if everybody lied, nobody could be trusted anymore, which is contradictory to the reality. Therefore, Kant said there were no conceivable circumstances in which lying is morally acceptable, even though the consequences may turn out to be beneficial to everyone. In the history of Western philosophy, Kant is probably the best-known opponent to lying without considering any circumstances. A categorical imperative is a moral law that is absolute and unconditional. Telling the truth is an action that can be carried out by everyone all the time. Therefore, no one should tell a lie, and everyone should always tell the truth. Well, that is all that I wanted to talk about today. I have tried my best to present and explain Kant's ethical theory in simple language. I hope you have a good understanding of it now. But before I go, let me pose some questions to you. Do you see any weakness in this theory? What is your criticism? How would you challenge his theory? Please leave your comments below. Let me know if you would like me to make another video to discuss the problems with this theory. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.